Again.
Okay, Mr. Speaker. Basically today we are just bringing up a point where we are just providing incentive for these children. They are looking after their elders. Well, we do not see a problem in that where the whole of the opposition thinks that basically it's degrading the culture, they say, the Asian culture, as basically we are not living, the children are not caring for their parents out of love, they are caring for their parents out of the money where they get from the government. Well, we are saying this is wrong. Basically, when you get the money from the government, it helps you to take care of your parents. Because as we know, that Singapore is a country where living standards are very high. Healthcare, even though healthcare there is subsidies, the healthcare costs are also very high. Food charges, even groceries where you go and buy, like for example, last week potatoes were 1 kilo, $1.50, but now they are $1.80 per kilo. That is the heavy increasement of this kind of small things will affect the family's basically budget. So that is why we say that the government should come in and give this kind of incentives to these children who are providing and taking care of their parents. Any answers?
So, do you think that if a child has abusive parents, this policy will work?
Well, if you are trying to say that a child has abusive parents, well, this is provided to them as a choice to whether they want to take care of their parents. Yeah. And on the point that where you guys say that old folks home is the best choice. Basically, they are all the people they are all specialized in taking care of old people. Well, you're totally wrong, because there are cases in the United States that where where elderly people die due to the negligence of these so-called professionals and specialized in this area taking care of old folks. Well, it's totally wrong, because due to the negligence, it causes this old man in America to have bed sores and cause him to get an infection and obviously die due to that. So that is where this kind of old folks home thing stories that you want to tell that is the best solution, taking care of elderly people, is totally wrong. Well, because no sir, thank you, all of you. Well, as for saying, basically the best people to take care of everybody, the best people to take care of their parents is the children, because in return they are showing gratitude to their parents who have taken care of them in the past when they were little and all that stuff. So this is what Asian culture is. Asian Singaporeans now, no matter if you are 50 years old now, when you had a child, the reason you have a child and the reason you have many child is because they both as an investment plan, where in the future you would that particular child will basically take care of you. So this is how we are encouraging this to happen, where we are giving them incentives to help them in taking care of their parents, as we all know that due to the increase in standard of living in Singapore. So we do not see this as a problem, as what the opening government has already pointed out. Moving on. Well, basically, the opening opposition has came in and they say that media influence is very important. Media influence has done much more. Well, it's totally wrong. Channel 8 and Channel 5 only shows you a picture and paints you up a story and they say, oh, you must do this because it's good. Well, basically, do people really follow? We are just giving them a choice to follow or not to follow. Where if they follow, they have an incentive which would help them in taking the needed money to fund for their parents in terms of healthcare, food, and all that kind of stuff. And on a point where even though their parents may be healthy, well, this funding is not only for healthcare, it's also for the three plates of rice and all that kind of stuff. Yes, sir.
No, we don't see any need for this whole policy, and we don't really see a problem because the Singapore government is already tackling the problem. How so? Because they basically are increasing, they're doing things such as increasing the age to 65 and making sure that these elderly people are independent, not more dependent on their children.
Yeah.
Well, basically, yes, I understand that the government is already doing that, but do you think that that is enough for the people at this moment? Well, we do not say it's enough, because we have been pending and pushing all these cases where increase of standard of living does play a part. That is why we say that two hands need to clap. Basically, the government and the children themselves, where both of them will fund and help the parents in terms of living their years here, their last years here on earth. So moving on to my okay. Oh shit. Okay, basically on the point on being a burden to the government, well, we do not see that as a burden to the government by giving out money in terms of incentive, because as we all know that if people will be to put their parents in the footstool, well, the government will be paying for them as well, but they'll be paying far more, as when incentives are given, a part of that amount, that incentive only covers a part of the amount that is of the total amount, where the children also has to pay in and fund that particular part of the amount. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then can you please explain that how much are you actually giving to parents? Like you say that for 3 meals, for health, for all these kind of housing, how are you going to propose that it is actually less than what you are actually having, that what the government is actually paying for food folks?
Well, basically, a normal plate of rice costs, okay, let's say a normal plate of mee goreng costs $3, but if the government is going to subsidize half of it by giving this incentive of $1.50, it does create a great help, because basically, first, the children will be helping in it by teaching in some of their money, and that is where this culture will start to grow, and where, according to you guys saying about the media will be helping, in terms of influencing all this stuff, taking care of the parents and all that stuff. We do not see that happening, because this kind of Chinese drama or Korean drama has been going on for such a long time, and we do not see an increase in the number of people taking care of their families, taking care of the elderly people. So this is why the government steps in, and if you're going to say that the government is infringing on the privacy of the people of the country of Singapore, well, basically they're not infringing. They are here to protect their people, and protecting their people is basically by protecting their people. Is protecting the elderly, and when they protect the elderly, the best solution is to provide incentive provide incentive to their children, where they can get the love from their children, and where they also can be taken care by their children, who will be the best person to take care of them.